Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. And in today's video, we got a very special treat for you guys. This is Ville Miniature Park, created by Masceline. So stay tuned, and let's check it out. Alright, this was sent in by one of our Discord master builders, and here he says, "Hi Johnny, after seeing some miniature parks where the guests are the miniatures, I wanted to build the opposite of that. So in this park, the guests are giant and the rest is tiny. I put one coaster inside the park at the mining and excavation company for you to check out. Rohana said she loved the coaster and that she would need to put it as a coaster spotlight. So here I am. Also, feel free to wander around the true small Ville, the tiniest Planko city that took over 2 months to build and was a challenge and so much fun to build. Cheers, Masceline." Awesome. All right, let's just jump right on into it, shall we? Here we go. I actually had to open it up to get some guests in here because at first when you look at it, if you're just looking at it over here, like, okay, it looks like a city. Like, it looks like a Planet Coaster build. But what you don't realize is that it's freaking tiny. So when you get the guests in here, it really puts things into perspective. And I realized I have the volume down from the last recording, so let me bring that back up. We'll slow it down here. Yeah, you couldn't really tell. I don't know, I was like, part of me wants to like leave the guests out, but when you see these guests walking next to these gigantic trees, you realize how tiny everything is. I have no idea how you pulled this off, how you did this, how you found the smallest pieces. But like even this, what do you call it? Excavation site. These things are tiny. Tiny, 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 tiny. It's adorable. This right here, this wheel, that is a bauble. That's a Christmas bauble. Think about that. How you even pulled that off. Let's take one of these things. Put it next to the people. It's tiny. Look at these tiny little gravestones. This is freaking hilarious. Look at this power plant. Wow. The people are giants. I really like to think of it as the reverse. Like, yes, the people are giants. Not that this is tiny. But it really, at the end of the day, these are tiny things. Look at this stadium. This is adorable. And it's really, really small. These little tiny basketball courts. The pool. I mean, what the heck? This is the best thing I've ever seen in Planet Coaster history. You guys better vote for the top 10 coasters of the month and put this one as #1. Because this is freaking phenomenal. And it is a coaster spotlight today, not a park spotlight. Why? Because there's nothing in this park except for one coaster. So he did all this for a coaster. It's freaking phenomenal is what this is. And there's something about this park entrance that I just love. How it comes over these rolling hills. Feels very cartoony. You get to this like vista point. It says Smallville. Welcome. Welcome. And you see this tiny little park. You see these giant people. Oh my goodness. I think I watched a movie recently called like Upsize or something. It was like people were like shrinking themselves, but they made like miniature worlds. But then the people on the outside were huge. For whatever reason, it reminds me of that. Huge people, tiny buildings, tiny people as well. Oh, but wow, you made a trampoline. This is so cool. You guys are going to have to check the description down below and come take a closer look at all these little things. All these buildings are very unique. Look at that fence work. They're all so unique and adorable. They all have their own little elements. This one even has like a pond. Look at the size of those lily pads. It's freaking phenomenal. This one has a little playground. I mean, I feel like we could just sit here and look at all these details for hours and hours. in the sense that it should almost be a park spotlight. But I just want to give a glimpse over some of this stuff. Look at these tiny barrels. It's so good. Even has an interior on this one. Like, the cars. It's made out of little lights. That's so well done. I gotta move one of these cars. Look at this. It's so small. Whoa, look at the perspective. Oh, giant people. Wow. I had to take a screenshot of that. It's gonna be hard coming up with a thumbnail idea here. Because if I zoom out and just take a thumbnail of that, it just looks like a big park. And the terraforming, the terrain is really cool. I love it. I love everything about this. This is the funnest thing I've ever seen. Look at that tiny truck. It's so tiny. Wow. The miniature parks. This is a contender, man. So they get into this tiny ass building. And there is a coaster, everybody. So it's pulling into the station now. There's a look at the stats. Do we have any music? L Townsville. I like it. Let's jump on this guy. Check it out in a few perspectives here. Let's go. What? No. 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 That, okay. The coaster was fun, but the whole time I was thinking, I'm waiting for the lights. I was waiting for things to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Then we pop out and start exploring Smallville. And the coaster takes us through here as a tour. Are you kidding me? That's it. That's the one ride. This went from the most grandeur thing to the most disappointing thing. The flip of a hat here. Why did you not make the coaster run along here? I guess that's pathways? There must have been a workaround. At least take us around the tour of the outside. Oh, man. I was really hoping the coaster was going to take us on a tour. The coaster itself was kind of fun. I think you did the mines really well. It was neat. But boy, I was really hoping to have the coaster kind of drive us along. But yeah, the pathways would have conflicted. You would have had to somehow lay things out differently, have some big bridges that the coaster goes, you know, you could have taken us around the outskirts and stuff. What is this? Look at these tiny little boats. Well, this is disappointing in the sense that I said earlier, you gotta vote this as the #1 coaster. I wouldn't vote this as the #1 coaster, but at the same time, as a park spotlight, or just a spotlight in general, it's so much fun. The fact that you pulled this off is phenomenal. It really is. There's so many good details. Look at these tiny little benches. This is crazy. It really is crazy. The little ambulance truck. So much fun stuff going on in here. Well, nonetheless, I had fun with it. I was hoping for a little bit more from the actual ride itself. taking us through some miniature stuff, showing us the scale of things, but still ridiculous nonetheless. Little police station here. Look at the tiny satellite dish. Now that you have all these assets, I think you should do something with it. I think you should build, go-karts. Build a go-kart thing. And somehow do it so the guests are walking around the outside or in the inside and the go-karts are going around the outside. Imagine gigantic go-karts just ripping through these small little cities. That would be a ton of fun. I want to see more from this, Masceline. You have the assets, you have the set pieces, you've built it all. Time to save these blueprints, if you haven't already, and reconstruct more fun experiences. I think this is a great example. You have Smallville, the park. I want to see Smallville, the go-kart race. Like, race through the cities. I don't know what you'd call it. I love this. I honestly love it, and I want to see more of it. I want to see what else you can do with it. I want to see what kind of rides you can make with it. Fire away in the comments, guys. What do you want to see from this? What would you... Look at the trash is the size of these things. What would you like to see going forward in terms of ride? What kind of ideas does this give you? Fire away. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear all the crazy creative ideas from the community. I'm sure Masceline will be reading the comments. So if Masceline, you're not bored of this theme yet and you feel like you just scratched the surface, I would give you an indefinite, immediate spotlight anytime. Oh, I missed this part, the trailer parks. Oh boy. Things are so small that you skim over it or you kind of underappreciate it. Look at these things. Because from a distance, you're like, yeah, it's a trailer park. Anyone can do that. Wait, no. This is impossible. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I would like to see some go-karts that take you off-road. You're racing through here and you've buried the track. And you just follow the paint lines, racing through here. Take us through a city, take us through different areas. Man, I think go-karts is the best way to do it because it's so interactive and I get to actually race it. And I feel like I'm racing around a miniature city. It's a wonderful creation. Definitely one of the most creative things I've ever seen in Planet Coaster. It's certainly up there. I can't believe we're 2 years into Planet Coaster and people are still innovating, coming up with these crazy ideas. Why wasn't this done sooner? I'm so glad it's been done, and this was so much fun. So thank you, Masceline, for sharing this awesome creation with this wonderful community here today. It was an honor to spotlight this. I think it's freaking the best thing ever. And that's going to do it for this episode of Coaster Spotlight, everybody. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily Planet Coaster videos. And if you would like to support the show, you could do so by becoming a patron. Links are down in the description below. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.